Everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. This is episode 2 of Unfiltered, a Solved podcast. I am thrilled to have Melisa Cardozo with us here. She is an information security analyst at Solved. And Melissa, I would love to learn a little bit more about yourself and your background, personal and professional.
Sure, thanks, Philip, for reminding me. I'm very happy to be here. Well, it's very curious because my life and my work is not the same. I work on information security since 10 years ago, so I'm very happy to work in that. And my another part of the life is I am journalist. I am studying the journalist degree. So um, my afternoons and my nights and my weekends are working to covering sport activities, especially soccer. Is very funny because the information security life is protect the information, and the another part is searching the news. So I'm trying to be in the middle.
So, what first drew you to your field? What brought you to technology versus, being a journalist, which is very different from, the tech world? Just curious.
Well, I think that when I started working here, not here, but in the information security field, the first thing that I learned was it's very important the information that the people have and the people don't have to. um, I think that the information is power. But if you are working in a wrong way, you can destroy a lot of things in a very tiny moment or a very low or very tiny windows that you have. But if you are working well and you know how to work in a secure way, you can obtain a lot of benefits. So I remember that my first job was giving access for different employees. And I remember this the minimum access for everything was a very good practice in the day by day. So when I discovered that, I think that was, oh my God, this is so nice because we can prevent a lot of different things with something very simple is give the correct access and the minimum access possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is amazing, right? Like you make such a huge impact and difference.
Yeah.
So, it's a whole different world. But also, I mean, being a journalist, you're also sharing news, right? Whether it's sports or not. So, thank you so much. Um, I'm also curious to learn, when did you feel like you belonged in tech?
Well, I think that when I gave my first training about it, I was so nervous. I love to give trainings because it's part of my other part too of the life is talking. So as broadcaster and journalist too, my life is talking about everything or about different things. But when I gave my first training for persons, I was so nervous. But when I was in the middle of the talk, it was like, okay, I can be here in this world of technology, and I was enjoying that. So I remember that okay, I can talk about it and I feel that I know about this topic. So and in that moment I remember that I felt that I was in my two different life together. The part that you can inform people or teach people about technology, and at the same time I was working on information security and prevent the impact that the people can do if have not the enough information.
Absolutely. I mean, especially in today's world, right? With AI being a part of it, I think security just even more important than ever.
Yeah.
Um, so, what are some of the fun facts about you that most people wouldn't guess? I mean, my guess would not have been journalist. So,
Yeah.
but is there something else that would be a fun fact that you don't think that most people wouldn't be able to guess about you?
Well, it's probably the people don't guess that I was covering, or in my free time I'm covering the national selection of football team, or Argentina. So probably if you are seeing a press conference about Lionel Scaloni, is the coach of the national soccer team here in Argentina, if you hear, probably you can hear that I am asking in the national TV. Or maybe, for example, we have the qualifiers
Yeah.
before the World Cup, and the last one I was on Ecuador when was the last qualifier match, and the first question was me. Was me asking
Okay.
about the match. So it's probably that you know me and say, okay, you're a person about security, or a tech person, but in the weekends, or maybe it's like an alter ego. It's like in my another part of the life, probably, or if you are here in Argentina seeing soccer, and you see the press conference after any match, probably you can hear a question made by myself. So
All right.
it's
I'm going to
nice.
start listening in now, Melissa, and then call you afterwards. That's awesome.
Uh,
That's great. Thank you
yeah.
so much for
No,
sharing that.
thanks a
Um,
lot.
on the kind of same thread, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice, what would it be? This is like my favorite question. What
Okay.
advice would I give even myself like 5 days ago? But,
Well,
what would you give advice for your younger self?
I remember that when I started on information security, was not the information security life, or the world that we have now, was very limited, and I remember that was not too much opportunities. In that moment, the big step on IT was the developers, or another parts, not information security. And I remember that I was thinking, maybe I take a wrong decision to start to working on information security. 10 years later, I think that was the very good decision to start to working on that. So I think that my piece of advice for myself, younger, the younger version, is hang there. Is a very good decision to start working here. And if you, or any effort that you are doing right now, is worth it. I think that could be, and is the same piece of advice that I do to or youngest persons. If you are, or take the way that you love it, because in a moment of the life, it is worth it too. So because I remember that when I was start here, I hate the develop part. And so I was sure that I was doing something that I love.
Yeah.
So I think that that is the main thing, doing that you love it, not something that you think, okay, this is money, this is the best for my career, but I hate it. So I prefer that.
Yeah.
Make everything that you love it.
Yeah. I think it's important to follow your passion, right? And actually enjoy what you do. But I can secondly, to your advice to younger self, hard work always pays off, at
Yeah.
least in my opinion. So I agree with you there. And honestly, that's the questions I had today. So thank you so much for joining us, Melissa. and appreciate having you here with us today.
Thanks, Felipa. Thanks to you. And I love this part. So I am very happy to be part of the podcast. And I'm glad to you're here. So thanks again.